Okay, one quick question. Have you ever finished a design and look at it and felt, why does this look completely off? Like instead of giving summer vibes, it's screaming Halloween, or instead of looking luxurious, it somehow feels like a kid's birthday invite. Yeah, been there, too many times in fact. Hi friends, I'm Zaki, your creative buddy here at Dean Studio, where we dive into fonts, color, and design tips to help you bring your creative visions to life. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most powerful and honestly most underestimated tools in your design toolkit. Color. It seems simple, right? Color. That's it. Just pick a few shades and call it a day, which sounds pretty easy. But once you're designing for a real brand, a client, or even your own project, that's when it hits you. What color actually makes sense here? So in this video, we are gonna explore how color really works. Sounds good? Let's get into it. Here's a quick story. A while ago, I was designing a poster for a summer sale promo. You know, sunny, vibrant, happy vibes. And for some reason, I thought using black, deep red, and dark purple would give it a bold, trendy look. But when I traced back and looked at the final design, it felt more like a teaser for a Halloween flash sale than anything summer related. I was like, why does this look like a spooky season poster rather than summer discounts? Such a total first palm moment. That's when it hit me. Color isn't just decoration, it's communication. It tells your audience what kind of event this is before they even read the headline. Is it enjoyable, intense, relaxed, family-friendly? All of that is conveyed through color, whether you realize it or not. That's why if you ever had a moment where your design technically looks okay but somehow feels off, your color might be the reason. This leads us to today's main topic, color theory. We're gonna break down the basic in a super simple way. How colors work together, how to choose them with purpose, how to match them to your design context, and then we'll jump into a juicy breakdown of summer color palettes. Trust me, this will make your next project way easier. Alright, let's break it down. So first, what is color theory? In design, color theory is the framework we use to understand how colors interact, evoke emotions, and how to use them strategically to create visual balance. It's not just about choosing your favorite shades, it's about understanding the relationships between colors and their influence on how your audience feels and responds. The basics of color theory begin with the color wheel, which consists of primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. It helps us build harmonious color schemes, set the tone, and communicate purpose without even saying a word. That's why color isn't just decoration, it's design language. Now, speaking of relationships, let's talk about color harmony. These are a combination of colors that look pleasing together because of their position on the color wheel. The four main types of harmonies you'll want to know are: first, monochromatic. Monochromatic color schemes use just one hue with its various tints, tones, and shades. This creates a clean and elegant look that feels cohesive. For instance, think of a poster using different shades of pink, from blush pink to magenta, all working together to deliver a modern, minimalist vibe. And secondly, analogous. In this poster, you can see analogous colors in action. Shades of red, red-orange, orange, and yellow dominate the scenes. These colors sit next to each other on the color wheel, creating a warm, energetic, and action-packed feel that perfectly matches the superhero theme. Then there's the complementary scheme, which uses colors that are directly opposite on the wheel, such as pink, magenta, and green. These combinations are high contrast and energetic. It's perfect if you want to grab attention quickly, like when you make a bold animated movie poster. And finally, we have triadic color schemes, which use three colors that are evenly spaced around the wheel. For example, magenta pink, bright yellow, and cool cyan. These are bright, dynamic, and balanced, which makes them ideal for playful or energetic designs like the Spider-Verse poster. Once you've settled on color harmony, the next step is knowing how to apply it. the 60-30-10 rule. This rule helps you balance your palette by using 60% of your dominant color, 30% of a secondary color, and 10% for an accent. The dominant color sets the overall tone, the secondary color supports it and adds interest, while the accent color pops and draws the eye to important details, like call to action or key information on your poster. Let's say you are designing a summer run competition poster. You could use a bold aqua blue for 60% of the layout to bring energy and freshness, a warm coral for 30% to soften the contrast, and a punchy yellow as your 10% accent to highlight the event date or registration button. This rule is simple but powerful for keeping your visual engaging and structured. Now, how do you choose the right color for your design purpose? Think beyond personal preference and consider the context. What's the message? Who's your audience? For instance, if you're designing for a kid's summer camp, bold and playful colors might work. But for a luxury spa, you'd want something softer and more elegant. Let's go deeper, because context really matters. For a summer theme design, like a summer run competition poster, your goal is to capture the energy, movement, and vibe of the season. So how do you translate those feelings into color? You want something that's fresh, energetic, and optimistic. That brings us to how color affects perception. Certain colors are universally tied to emotions. Yellow evokes happiness, blue conveys trust, orange feels energetic, and green suggests health or nature. Use this association to shape how your design is felt, not just seen. So now, let's get into how to choose a summer palette that actually works. It all starts with defining the emotion or vibe you are going for. Are you aiming for something full of energy and excitement, like a summer run competition? Then lean into vibrant tones like coral, aqua, and sunset yellow. But if you are after a more relaxed, beachy feel, like a sunset picnic or a surf event, pastel tones like peach, sky blue, or mint green might be your best friends. Once you've got your mood in mind, use color harmonies as your foundation. A triadic combo like coral, teal, and yellow can bring a dynamic and playful energy. An analogous combo, say mint, aqua, and sky blue, creates a calm and cohesive look. Keep your palette focused by sticking to 2 or 3 main hues, and then explore variation of these colors to build depth. Don't forget to add a natural tone like white, beige, or dark gray to help balance out your colors and give the eyes a place to rest. And finally, always test your design for accessibility and contrast. The palette should feel fresh and exciting without overwhelming the viewer or sacrificing readability. Alright, now that we've nailed down the theory and picked our summer palettes, let's put them into action. Let's design 2 versions of summer event poster. One using a vibrant color palette and one using a pastel palette. So you can really see how color changes the entire vibe of a design. First up, the vibrant palette. This one's for the summer run competition. The goal is to evoke energy, movement, and excitement. We are using coral as our dominant color. It's bold and youthful. Then we add teal and yellow for contrast and energy. These 3 hues follow a triadic color harmony, which gives the design a high-impact visual punch. And here's where the 60-30-10 rule comes in. 60% of the poster is covered in coral, 30% in teal for the focal elements like headline and call to action, and 10% in yellow for energetic highlight like the date or icons. This ratio helps guide the eye naturally and keeps the composition harmonious, even when you are using bold colors. Now, let's switch to the pastel palette. This version is for a more relaxed summer vibe, like a beach picnic or sunset yoga. We are using mint green, sky blue, and peach. They sit next to each other on the color wheel, making them an analogous harmony, which gives a soft, calming effect. In this layout, we follow the same 60-30-10 approach. 60% mint as the base, 30% sky blue for the text hierarchy, and 10% peach for gentle highlights, maybe the event title or a call to action button. To ground the design, we use warm white or a very soft peach. And again, we check contrast to make sure all text stays legible, especially on mobile. See the difference? Even though the design itself is identical, The vibrant palette makes you feel hype and energized, while the pastel palette feels calm, dreamy, and a bit more sophisticated. And that's the magic of color. It's the vibe you are selling. So, here's the big takeaway. Color is never just decoration, it's communication. You've got to know the basics of color theory, understand the emotions and meanings tied to different colors, and always think about your audience and context. Whether you go bold and vibrant or soft and pastel, your color choices are telling a story before you even say a word. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever picked the wrong colors and had a design flop? Or do you have a favorite go-to color palette for summer designs? Drop your stories in the comment below, or let me know what topics you'd like me to cover next. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. That way, you won't miss out on more design tutorials to help level up your graphic design game, whether you are a beginner or a pro. Remember, every color choice you make is a design decision. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.